From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Thursday, May 9th. It's a cooler day, and there's a chance for scattered showers out there, maybe a stray storm possible, but nothing severe like we've had the last few days. Breaking news in Carmel, a restaurant fire has left one person dead and a firefighter and a woman injured. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez has been on the scene on Michigan Road all morning. This is north of 96th Street. He has the latest information.
We just found out a few minutes ago that fire officials are now unsure of what happened here. Originally, the fire spokesperson here in Carmel told us that the fire started in Jackie's Cafe, a restaurant just behind me in the strip mall. But again, it is unclear now what exactly caused or where this fire started, rather. I'll take a step out so you guys can see that it's still a very active scene. I have occasionally seen them putting out some hot spots with the hose still out on one side of the street here. They have also been searching around all morning long with flashlights in there, as well as using a drone to get a bigger picture of this. What we do know so far, some strange events leading up to them finding out about this fire. At about just before 3:30, I should say, this morning, police responded to a welfare check. They received a report of a woman outside of the building. When they found her, she had burns. We now know that it is that woman that we mentioned that was sent to the hospital. Again, they originally told us that this fire started in that restaurant, but again, now they're walking that back. It also affected a next door business, a massage parlor. Both of those, the restaurant and the massage parlor, have heavy fire damage. Some of the neighboring businesses now have had some smoke damage as well. When crews arrived to the scene, that's when they noticed the fire. The spokesperson, Tim Griffin, with the Carmel Fire Department, tells us flames were coming through the roof by the time that fire crews reached the scene.
Crews immediately made entrance and started to use suppression with the water. Unfortunately, ceiling collapsed. They had to pull out and started suppression efforts from outside, while other crews found ways of getting in the building and searching from other angles. They did get a quick knockdown for especially the amount of fire. They did search the building, and we have one victim that is deceased.
We also now know that that person who died is believed to be a man. The firefighter who was injured is from the Carmel Fire Department. He is okay, and again, that woman that was injured here was sent to Eskenazi Hospital. We now know that the traffic is flowing behind us. They did close the road for some time here, but again, still lots of questions to be answered. Again, the fire department walking back their original statement of where the fire started. That question is still now unanswered. Reporting in Carmel, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com. Follow us on Facebook for updates.
The Indiana Pacers are coming home in a deep hole in their second-round NBA playoff series, despite a huge night for All-Star Tyrese Halliburton. They are now 0-2 to the Knicks. The 130-121 loss was a disappointing end to a promising night in New York. The Pacers held a big lead well into the third quarter, then gave it all up and never recovered. Angela Morian reports courtside at Madison Square Garden.
Tyrese Halliburton's bounce-back performance with a career postseason-high 34 points overshadowed by a brutal loss to the Knicks here in Madison Square Garden in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Post-game, all Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle wanted to talk about was officiating. After Game 1, he said there were 29 different clips the Pacers wanted to submit to the NBA to look at. He said he opted not to. This time, it's going to be different.
I can promise you that we're going to submit these tonight. New York can get ready. They'll see them too. I'm always talking to our guys about not making it about the officials. But we deserve a fair shot, and it's just not, there's not a consistent balance, and that's disappointing.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got outplayed. We were right there to win the game. Would I like consistency? More consistency, yeah, but let's not pretend like that's the only reason we lost. We just didn't play good enough. But at the end of the day, It's 2-0. We're going back to Indy, and, I like us in any matchup.
Another main topic of conversation was Carlisle's decision to sit TJ McConnell for the final minutes of this game. McConnell was doing such a great job slowing down Knicks star Jalen Brunson, but was on the bench when it mattered most. Carlisle said he was trusting his original rotation and that his starters, like Andrew Nembhard, deserve to have the trust in those clutch moments. We'll see how it plays out in Game 3, which is Friday night in Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We'll have you covered from downtown Indianapolis. But for now, in Madison Square Garden, I'm Angela Morian for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
IMPD says its investigators are now reviewing footage from the team's game last week against the Bucks. We're talking about the video that shows the Bucks guard, Patrick Beverley, throwing a basketball at Pacers fans, hitting a person in the head. It happened Thursday toward the end of Game 6, just before the Pacers beat the Bucks. After the hit, you can see a fan toss the ball back to Beverley, who then throws it back again. In a social media post, Beverley acknowledged the incident and said he has to do better. Police say they plan to speak with the parties involved and will present their case to the Marion County Prosecutor's Office after their investigation. iTeammate is digging into the details of a deadly road rage shooting as the man accused gets set to appear in court. Police say Andre Brisky has confessed that he shot Ryan Hawkins on I-65 last week. Hawkins' car ended up in a pond alongside the interstate. Investigators say Brisky told them that Hawkins brake-checked him and that Brisky was afraid they would crash. Police say Brisky's girlfriend, Shauna Rowland, was also in the car yelling at Brisky to speed up. When Brisky caught up with Hawkins, police say he fired his gun 3 times, hitting Hawkins in the neck. The Marion County Coroner's Office says the gunshot was fatal. Brisky faces charges of murder and possession of a firearm. Rowland is charged with assisting a criminal and obstruction of justice. To your vote 2024. A dead woman has won the Republican Party's nomination for the state's 7th congressional district that covers Indianapolis. Now, the Indiana Republican Party Precinct Committee must hold a caucus to fill the spot. Jennifer Pace won the nomination to challenge Democratic Congressman Andre Carson. The problem is, Pace died in March. That's after the deadline to make changes to the ballot, which was in February. Former Marion County Republican Party Chair Tom John is a member of our All Indiana Politics team. He says lower voter information and turnout is to blame.
Don't get out. This is what happens, and if you don't get involved in the process, these precinct committeemen are now essentially going to make a decision for the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of voters as to who one of the candidates in the fall is going to be, because they stepped up and put their name on the ballot to be a precinct committeeman.
The Indiana Republican Party has not said when that caucus to name Pace's replacement will be held. The Indy 11 has a new co-owner in hopes of bolstering its efforts to become the city's Major League Soccer franchise. Fort Wayne billionaire Chuck Sirac is joining the 11 as a new co-owner. The news comes as the mayor recently announced the city is seeking a Major League Soccer franchise with a different ownership group and a potential new stadium site. Sirac tells us there's already progress on the grounds of 11 Park.
He already had a commitment from the mayor and from the governor and all the political bodies, and the ground's already been cleared. It's ready to go. Where the city's talking about, there's already a heliport and there's parking lot. I mean, it would take quite a bit. They don't even own the land. Not sure who the investment people they have involved behind them. So I think they have a big hurdle to get over, frankly.
Sirac founded the Fort Wayne-based music company Sweetwater Sound before selling part of the company in 2021. The WNBA says its teams will soon fly charter. Throughout the league's history, teams have usually flown commercial, as the Indiana Fever did for their first preseason game in Dallas last week. Team tells News 8 that Caitlin Clark's popularity led to problems at the airport. The commissioner of the WNBA referenced similar situations in past seasons in explaining the switch. Clark says she is grateful for the change.
I'm happy for the players that have been in this league a really long time and have really deserved this for years and years and years. So I'm just excited. I'm thankful at whatever point that is that it happens and occurs. It'll be great for us. It'll make recovery easier, make travel easier. It just makes life a lot easier for a lot of people, but also it's just something that a lot of people have deserved for years and years now. So I'm just very fortunate to come to this league and have that opportunity the first year I'm here.
Clark and the Fever play their first home preseason game tonight. They take on the Atlanta Dream at 7 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We now know which car will lead the field of 33 to the start line for the 108th Indy 500. This year's pace car is the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray 3LZ Coupe. IMS says it's the first ever electrified Corvette. The track leaders also say it's the quickest production Corvette in history with 655 horsepower and electric all-wheel drive. The car's white design and two-tone black exterior are inspired by fiber jets. We don't know yet who will be driving the pace car the day of the 500. That's on May 26th. The Indy 500 is just 17 days away, and drivers from Arrow McLaren are speeding up the efforts to build a new animal shelter here in Indianapolis. Teamed up with the Friends of Indy Animals in the Race to the Finish Line campaign. It was at Monument Circle yesterday. They're working to raise $7 million for the new Indianapolis Animal Care Services shelter. Organizers say a groundbreaking is scheduled in June. Alexander Rossi tells us he's a dog lover and is happy to help.
I have 2 dogs, so animals are close to me, especially place in my heart, and especially now this time of year, it's our final push to raise the last amount of money. They're matching donations up to $20,000, so anything we can do as an IndyCar team and drivers and their own McLaren to raise awareness for that is a really good thing.
The new shelter will be on Raymond Street on the city's southeast side. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.